You know, all of us are realizing that it's extremely expensive to teach our kids. We know that. We put a lot of investment in the future of our children. And that's very appropriate, very necessary. It turns out that half of the state budget in Topeka every year goes to K-12 education. In fact, 2/3 of the state budget goes for K through graduate school. Now that's a very large investment that all of us make as adults in our kids. Very appropriate and very necessary. But we have to be able to control costs wherever we can to make sure that the tax dollars we are receiving are spent wisely. My background includes being the budget and planning director for a 6-state federal project. I understand that the budgets that we prepare in our school districts need to mean something to both the parents as well as the teachers. They need to reflect the actual costs of taking care of our kids and teaching them what they need to know. I've got very specific ideas on how to get that done. So in terms of how we fund education and how we account for the money we're receiving, those are very high priorities on my list. Another one that's also concerning to me, as I'm sure it is to you, is property taxes. During all the years when this was an agrarian economy and we all had farms, we had a chance for us to go together and we had our small schools. We had a school board and the property owners around that building would pay for the cost of that teacher in that classroom. Now times have changed, but we still haven't taken the burden off the property taxpayer. We have to find other ways to fund education. Sales tax, income tax, a variety of other taxes need to be used in conjunction with property tax to be able to bring down the burden on the folks on fixed income, the folks that are trying to run a business and are having major costs of property taxes, and be able to come up with a balance here that shifts some of that tax burden to other sources of revenue. So as a person who's thought those kinds of things through, I hope that you'll trust me to make those wise decisions, work with the legislature, work with the school boards of the state, work with the teachers, and come up with some options that make sense.